Well, welcome back everyone to Stu's Garage. As I said in the last video, a lot of this is bodywork now, so I'm not going to be filming a lot, but I'll just show you quick what have done. Not a lot. Right, so that tailgate that I was drilling the holes in the other day, I stripped all the paint off of that, and that's all now in epoxy. It's pretty good. I was half expecting it to be like a load of filler in some sections, but luckily there wasn't. There's a little bit up there to sort out, which you're probably not even going to see on camera, to be honest. No, I don't think you can really see that. There's a tiny little ding there, but that's it. But that's all good. That's all done on the inside and the outside, as you can see. So now I'm going to move on to the doors. So I'm not going to film it all, but hopefully I might film me putting it in epoxy out when I paint them. But let's see how far we get today. Right, so I'm about an hour into it now, and I've stripped the inside of one of them, as you can see. So I've been using these poly discs, a wire brush there, and poly discs on the grinder as well, just to try and get in all the little nooks and crannies. So the other side shouldn't take as long because obviously it's a flat surface, but this is what takes the time. I wasn't going to paint all of the inside, but then I thought, well, it's a bit silly not to, really. We just as well do the lot, as some of it was flaking as well. So yeah, that's where we are at the minute. So let's crack on. Right, so that was a bit quicker than the other side. About half hour to do that. Although, to be honest, I did use my 240 grinder with the generator, because it is a bit quicker. You just got to be a bit careful with that one because it's a lot more powerful, and you don't want to put any heat in the panel, which I haven't. So yeah, so that's that one all stripped now. So I've got to do the other one, strip the other one now, and then sand this with some 80 grit, and then epoxy it. Happy days. I was so lucky that these doors was good. I mean, they are like brand new. They've been replaced, and luckily there was a lot less paint on these than like the rest of the car, because the doors have been replaced. There was like still the black E coat, and then a coat of primer, and then the top coat, and that was it. So yeah, I was lucky really, but yeah, so it's a little bit easier than the roof and everything else, but not a lot. It's still a horrible job. I'll be glad when that door's done. Then all I've got to do is the bonnet, but that is stripped. That isn't the bonnet that was on it, but that'd be for a future video. And that's the other one done. Only took me about an hour to do that one, so it was a lot better. I should have used a generator in that in the first place. It's a lot quicker, but yeah, so now I'm gonna key it all up with 80 grit and then get some epoxy on them. So there we have it. Both stripped. Thank God for that. Right, so I've got the doors hung up now. I've just been over it with some degreaser. Just that one there. Obviously both sides. Giving it a blow off. So now we're going to mix up some of this epoxy. So I'm just going to show you that quick, and then we get on and do it. Right, so this epoxy's 4.1, and I'll use between like 10 and 20% thinners, the proper thinners for the epoxy. So it's P989 HB bodies is what I've been using. And right on here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it's a 4:1 mix. We've got 4 there, see, depending on how much we put in, and then 1 part hardener. So I'm going to do probably either there or there. I can't remember how much is in that tin. But yeah, so it's 4 to 1, and then you got 10, 20, 30% on there. I know it's not easy because the light on my phone's shining on it, but we got 10, 20, 30. So I'll do it to about the middle. But my gun is got quite a big nozzle. It's got like a 2.2 nozzle in it. It's only a cheap thing. I can't remember. Yeah, just a cheap Sealy gun. Like, I think it was like 20 quid or something. But yeah, it's all good. Right, let's mix this up. Right, so we give this a good stir. It's not too bad because I only used it last week, so. You can see it's thick as you like. We need that again in a minute. Right, and then we'll tip that to the first mark. Which is just coming up now. It looks like we'll be using that. Hopefully this is going to be enough. I've got a new tin, but I don't really want to open it. That should be enough. I'm sure that is all I've done for the tailgate. And there was quite a lot to cover on the tailgate, although there's quite a lot on here as well. So we'll have to see. Right, so that's 4 of that. Then the hardener. Up to the 1 there. And then up to the second mark on there. Ish. It's actually just over, but that'll be fine. The most crucial thing is to make sure you've got the correct ratio between the hardener and the paint, well, the primer, because otherwise it might not go off properly if you don't have enough, or if you have too much. It needs to be spot on. Give it a good stir. It's still fairly thick, but it's not too thick. And then we go over there a bit. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. Because I'm in the way. And then there's my gum. You get a filter. And always make sure you filter it, because I didn't the other day. Well, not the other day, when on one of the bits on at the back, I mixed all the paint out and then realised I didn't have any filters. So I didn't have any choice because I didn't want to waste the paint, but it was horrendous. there's all bits in it and all sorts. Luckily it's only epoxy, so it didn't matter too much, but and then we'll just leave that there for 5 minutes while I switch the camera off and I'll set it up, and you can see me put the paint on. Don't forget, I'm not a professional. This is all self-taught. Right, so let's do this. Right, like I said, if you look in there, you see all the junk in it. So if you don't use the filter, all that goes in your pot, and then you'll have a net. Right. It's going to get noisy. Right, so I've done one coat of that now, as you can see. And I'm going to give it a second coat, but I'm not going to film that. But I have had to just mix some more up a little bit. I just sort of scrape the rest out of the tin to get it to the first mark on there, and yeah, so that should be enough to give it a second coat now, because I don't think there'd have been enough, and I don't really want to open the new tin. I'll use that for the bonnet and any other bits that I might need to do. So I'm going to get that second coat on, and then I'll show you what it's like. Right, so that's second and final coat, because I'm only putting 2 coats on. So yeah, it's come out alright. There's a tiny little run there. This stuff can be a nightmare to put on, so it's gone on really well, I think. Let's have a look under there. All looks good. Good. It's only to protect it anyway while I do the bodywork, but yeah, I think it's gone on there pretty good. Hopefully I haven't missed anything. Miss anything out there? Don't think so. The other tip I'd say as well, because I've hung it up onto some hooks in my roof. They do swing about a bit, so the shorter you can have your hooks, the better, really. Yeah, it's come out right. That's a good job today. I've been putting this off for so long. Well, it's been too cold anyway, really, to be painting. Yeah, a bit of muck there, look, out of the gun, even with a filter. But yeah, no, it come out alright, I think. So the next stage now is for me to put, not now, but I think in the next video I'll be putting my locks back in there. Not necessarily in the next video, but what I'll be doing next is putting the locks back in, then re-hanging the doors so I can do the filler work on the rear quarters, because I have still got the bonnet to sort out, but I'm not quite ready to do that yet. So I'm going to start the filler work on the rear quarter panels next, because that's the worst bits to be done. So once I get that straight, but I want to put the doors on to do it, so to make sure everything lines up nice. Ideally I'd like to block it across the doors and the quarter to get it dead straight, but I'm not quite sure whether I'm that good. But anyway, well, I hope you got something out of this video, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all the next time I do one. Cheers, see ya.